Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever get days where your boss, a colleague, maybe a team member or a customer, they've done something and it's really annoyed you? You've got the hump and you're struggling just to get motivated to do anything else because you're that annoyed by what's been done to you. Are you thinking to yourself, why do I bother? On days like this, you're struggling to concentrate because your mind keeps going back to that incident. You're feeling devalued, but you still need to get work done. You still need to deliver results. Well, what can you do about it? What actions can you take to try and kick yourself out of that funk and get back to being productive? I find on days like this, it's best to just go back to basics. The first, and I know it's so simple to say but so hard to do, try and clear your head. Sit down with a pen and paper. Mouse and keyboard if you must. I find pen and paper works best. Take a few deep breaths. The aim of this breathing exercise is to try and calm your mind, to clear out your thinking so you can then concentrate on the work. Now with that pen and paper, computer and mouse maybe, write down what happened. Write down what you asked for. Write down the response you got. Write down the impact of the request not being filled. But most importantly, write down how it made you feel. Not just facts, but how you feel about it. Expressing your feelings, well, it's very important, but it's also a really big help in clearing out any negative thoughts from your mind. Once you've written these down, don't do anything with them. Don't throw them away. Don't send them to anyone else. Just keep them safe and keep them secure, and ideally keep them secret. Why we do this is you actually don't know what the other person's going through as well. They might just be having a bad time. They may be frustrated, and it was just unfortunate that you were there. You were the person who they lashed out at. But it also could be the sign of something more long-term. If their behaviour is dangerous, if it's violent, if it shows that there's some major issue, you've got to go and report it. No ifs or buts. You can't cover that up. By keeping a record of this, by showing that there's a continuing and ongoing issue with poor behaviour, well, you're actually helping the other person. They can then get the help that they need. Always make sure if an issue is ongoing, make sure you report it. Now, the definition of ongoing, that's down to you. It could be after it's been happening for a week. It could be that it's been going on for a month. You've got to decide based on the level of behaviour. So now we've got our thoughts out of our head, we've got them onto paper. We need to look at the work that we want to do. And chances are here, you're struggling to try and even focus on what you need to do. So what I then do, using a pen and paper again, mouse and keyboard if you want to, spend a few minutes and look at all the actions that you've got available to do. Do you have any where you need to interact with the person who you're annoyed with? Ask yourself for those. Do I actually need to do this action today? Is it something I need to do now? If you don't, look, put it off to another day. Don't go antagonising the other person by going to them if you can avoid it. That's just being nice. And it's also keeping yourself out of that space where you can get further annoyed. You may need to get the action done today. If that's the case, take a look at the action. Think about it. Break it down into smaller chunks. This then lets you come up with a list of steps that you need to take to allow you to achieve success. Think about what information or action that you need from somebody else. Think about this and think it through thoroughly so that you can go to that other person with a clear and well thought out request. The aim here, we're trying to avoid antagonising yourself and anyone else. If the other person, if they don't respond to you in a professional manner, do not respond to their behaviour like that. Be professional at all times. Always remember, you are responsible for your behaviour. You are not responsible for someone else's behaviour. If you get that poor response, just don't bite back. Have I stressed that message enough? Do not respond in kind. Just walk away. If you've gone to the person that you're having issues with and they provide you with the answers that you need, well, all's good. Get back on with your work. If you've got actions in your main list that you don't need to go to the other person for, well, again, it's very similar. Look at the action, break it down into smaller steps. What you're trying to do is focus your thinking. You're actually trying to distract your mind from all these negative thoughts that may be going around. What you're doing is you are taking back control of your thinking and your energy. Once you've got those small steps, well, then it's easy. You just get on and do it. The idea of breaking it down into small steps is because they're easier for your mind to handle. So you spend a few minutes thinking about it rather than trying to dive straight into a big task. Think about it, break it down. It actually does help you move forward. As I've already said, you control your actions, not someone else. You control your reactions, not somebody else. And although this, yes, I know, it can be hard because if somebody's attacking you, it's just natural to want to fight back. Do everything you can to avoid this. Do not react. By reacting, all you're going to be doing is taking a bad situation and making it worse. If things are getting bad, get up, walk away. Michael Stott, he said, "He who retreats lives longer." By walking away, you are doing everything you can to de-escalate. You are taking control. You are doing everything that you can to fetch the situation to a close. And it will be hard. It may take every ounce of energy that you have. But always remember, your focus, it's on delivering results. It's on delivering value. It's on being in control of yourself and not allowing others to push you to mimic their poor behaviour. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope it might be of help to some of you. What tips and techniques do you use when you're trying to de-escalate issues? Please drop a comment down below. I'd love to get a conversation going on this. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.